Hello. Today's video is going to be a brief history about the DeTomaso Pantera and more specifically the Ford years between 1971 and 1974. So let's get started. The car was designed by Tom DeJarda, who was an American working for Ghia, and the engineering was handled by Delara, who previously had worked for Lamborghini, but was now working for DeTomaso. The car was basically the idea of Ford's head Lee Iacocca, the man also behind the Ford Mustang. He wanted to create a car that would beat the Corvette from Chevy and have it sold through the Lincoln Mercury dealerships. That's where it would be serviced as well, which having the Ford 351 Cleveland engine in it, along with a ZF transmission, or transaxle, actually. The car would be named Pantera, which is Italian for panther. The car made its North American debut in March of 1970 at the New York Auto Show. This was a couple of weeks after it made its European premiere in Modena, Italy. And the American critics liked the way it looked. They were impressed by it. They thought it made the Corvette look tame in comparison. It looked more like the European supercars like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Maserati. And it did have a steel body, all steel body, as opposed to the Corvette's fiberglass body. As far as looks goes on the car, exterior wise, basically you have two different looks. The 1971 and 1972 models have the chrome small bumperettes on the front bumper. The 1973 and 1974 models, which became the Pantera L for Lusso, those have the one-piece rubber bumper across the front, the black rubber, which gave it a different look and actually helped it as far as lift goes at high speed. Also, look-wise, on the first 1971 models, somewhere between the first 75 and 100 were actually just the European model imported in with the push-button door handle. That's the easiest way to tell the early models from the later ones. Also, since the Lusso or L luxury model was introduced mid-year 1972, you will see some 1972 models that also have the black front bumper on them. And those you can tell are the later 1972 models. Interior-wise, one of the few changes was made sometime in 1973, where they went from the two pods into a single unit for the dashboard. Other than that, there weren't too many changes interior-wise. As far as engine-wise, the first early 1971 Pantera models had the 5.8 liter, 351 cubic inch, the Ford Cleveland V8 engine, which ironically was made in Cleveland, Ohio. That's why they call it the Cleveland engine at the Brook Park plant. Those had 11-to-1 compression and 330 horsepower. Those were the high performance ones. For 1972, they lowered the compression ratio from 11-to-1 to 8.6-to-1. And that reduced the horsepower to 264 horsepower at 5,400 RPM. The engine was all new for 1972. Ford had a brand new 4-bolt main block made at the Cleveland engine plant with the lower compression ratio of 8.6-to-1, mainly to meet United States emission standards and run on lower octane unleaded fuel or leaded fuel, whatever they had available back then. standard fuel. And it had the more aggressive Cobra Jet camshaft, which had the same lift and duration as 428 Cobra Jet engine, the high performance camshaft they use in that engine. And that helped reclaim some of the lost power due to the compression reduction. And they used a dual point distributor. They had some other engine changes made, but one of them being using a factory exhaust header, so on the car, so that helped the power a little bit. After all these changes were made, ironically, it won Road Test Magazine Import Car of the Year for 1973. So they sorted out all the bugs in the engine and trans, and as far as the car, and it beat out Ferrari and Lamborghini and Maserati, all the other high dollar European cars, mainly Italian cars. So that was definitely something to crow about. Oh, and I forgot to mention they beat out Porsche in 1973 as well for the award. So that's something anyway. As far as production numbers go, somewhere between 5,200 and 5,500 were made in or were sold in the U.S. because the cars also were sold in Canada through Ford dealers, and DeTomaso sold them in Europe. So somewhere around 800 or so were sold in between Europe and Canada for the total of roughly about 6,000 or so, 6,200 maybe, somewhere in that area. It's hard to tell because production numbers aren't exact, so it's just kind of a guessing game. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. That's my brief history on the Pantera in the Ford years, 1971 to 1974. Uh, I also have, if you've noticed in the video, all the video clips and pictures are pictures that I took or videos that I took myself of cars here locally in San Diego, California. I do have some other ones, but I seem to have lost the footage somewhere. But if I do find it one day, I'll make another video and put them in that one. But anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully, you stuck around to the end and maybe learned a thing or two. Hopefully, I learned a thing or two because it's tough getting old. You kind of forget stuff some days. But, anyways, if you're subscribed, thank you very much. If you're not, what are you waiting for? We'd like to have you as a subscriber, and appreciate it if you would share the video with a friend or someone that likes cars. I'm sure they'd thank you down the road or maybe the next day. But anyway, we'll see you on the next one. And I included some more pictures here at the end for your enjoyment. So hopefully you enjoy looking at them, and have a good one. We'll see you next time. we've reached the end of the video. Thanks for tuning in today. If you like what you saw, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Share this video with a friend. Leave a comment or suggestion. Be nice. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.